I helped my coworker move once and ended up in HR with her furious boyfriend accusing me of stalking. I'd only known Sarah for 8 months. Break room small talk, occasional coffee, nothing deep. So when she asked if anyone could help her move on Saturday, I volunteered mostly because no one else did. I figured it'd be a quick favor, a few boxes, in and out. Instead, I walked into a third-floor walk-up packed floor to ceiling with furniture that looked like it belonged in a fully furnished suburban home, not a one-bedroom apartment. Bookshelves, a dining table, 20-something kitchen boxes, plants the size of toddlers. My entire Saturday evaporated one stairwell trip at a time. Sarah kept apologizing, kept thanking me, kept saying her boyfriend was supposed to be there, but something came up last minute. Every time I asked what he did for work, she changed the subject or suddenly needed a box labeled. I assumed they'd had a fight. I didn't press. By the time we finished, the sun was gone and I smelled like dust and sweat and 50 kinds of regret. She bought me dinner at this little Italian place near her new apartment, thanked me a dozen more times. I told her it was fine. I hoped things with her boyfriend smoothed out. She gave this weird, tight smile and changed the subject again. Monday morning, I walked into the office and froze. Flowers on my desk. Not cheap flowers, the expensive kind with lilies, roses, eucalyptus, all arranged like someone paid for the Impress Me tier. The card, thank you for everything. You're amazing. Sarah had spelled my name right and everything. Within minutes, half the office had gathered around, making jokes about secret admirers. I told them they were from Sarah, just a thank you for helping her move. Amy from the next cubicle laughed and said, "Dude, her boyfriend works in accounting, 2 floors up. Pretty sure he didn't flake." My stomach dropped hard and fast. I asked her to repeat it. She did. Yeah, everyone knows Sarah's been dating that guy Greg or Glenn or whatever. They eat lunch together all the time. The rest of the morning was a blur. Why did she lie? Why move out alone? Why send flowers that made it look like something else was going on? Around 2 p.m., Sarah came by my desk. She looked pale, jittery, eyes darting around. She asked if I got the flowers. I asked why she lied about her boyfriend, why she told me he flaked when he was literally inside our building. She swallowed hard. "He doesn't know I'm moving out," she said. "I'm ending things tonight. I didn't want him to stop me or make a scene. I'm sorry I dragged you into it." And then she started crying in the middle of the office, saying she felt horrible. She just needed help. She panicked. She walked away before I could say anything. I thought that was the end. 2 hours later, HR emailed, "Please come to my office immediately." I walked in and saw a guy I'd never met sitting in a chair, arms crossed, jaw tight. Greg from accounting, the boyfriend. The HR manager explained he'd filed a complaint, said I'd been pursuing his girlfriend, sending her flowers, texting her nonstop. He'd seen the arrangement delivered to my desk and assumed it was from me. He said I'd inserted myself into their relationship and now I was harassing her at work. I explained everything, helping her move, the boyfriend flaked story, the flowers being a thank you. Meanwhile, Greg kept cutting me off. He's lying. She wouldn't move without telling me. "I'm escalating this to upper management." The HR manager raised her hand. "I already looked into it," she said calmly. She pulled out a printed receipt from the florist. Sarah's credit card, Sarah's signature, Sarah's purchase. Greg's face collapsed, color gone, eyes blinking like he'd been hit. Before he could speak, the HR manager added, "And for the record, Sarah confirmed she asked him to help her move and that she sent the flowers herself." He stared at the floor, shoulders sinking like sandbags. HR dismissed him. He walked out without looking at me. When the door closed, the HR manager exhaled and said, "You're not in trouble, but for your own sanity, keep your distance." I left her office feeling weirdly empty. Not angry, not smug, just drained. The next day, someone mentioned Greg had called in sick. By Wednesday, word was he'd moved out of Sarah's old place. By Friday, Sarah emailed the team saying she'd be taking some PTO. I haven't talked to either of them since.